In this lesson, you will learn to use the distributive property and compatible number strategies to solve multiplication problems. During previous lessons, 4.9 and 4.10, you learned how to decompose area models using the distributive property. We will use the same distributive property process to solve multiplication problems with and without area models. Let's look at this array of 5 rows and 8 columns. In previous lessons, we learned that arrays can be divided in multiple ways. However, some ways are more efficient than others. One efficient method is to split an array in half, making 2 identical smaller arrays. This method can be done quickly because halving and doubling are familiar strategies for students. If we look at our array, which is 5 multiplied by 8, we can see that one of the factors, the 8, can be easily halved. We can show this visually by drawing a vertical line in the middle of the array. We now have an array that is 5 rows and 4 plus 4 columns, or 5 multiplied by the quantity of 4 plus 4. Now we can use the distributive property to write a new expression that represents the 2 smaller arrays we created. In this case, they are 5 multiplied by 4 and 5 multiplied by 4, which we can write this way. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, and 20 doubled is 40. So the total area of the original 5 multiplied by 8 array is 40. Let's look at one more problem, this time without an array to reference. 4 multiplied by 6. To solve this, we will halve one of the factors. In this case, both factors can be easily halved, so we could choose either. Let's use the 4. When we halve 4, we get 2 plus 2. Using the distributive property, we create 2 identical multiplication expressions. 2 multiplied by 6 plus 2 multiplied by 6. The product of 2 multiplied by 6 is 12, which we can use to make our expression 12 plus 12, which we can then solve to be 24. The product of our original expression, 4 multiplied by 6, is 24. While the halving and doubling strategy is an efficient strategy for solving multiplication expressions, it is limited to expressions that contain at least one even factor. If both factors are odd, this strategy is no longer efficient. In this lesson, you learned how to solve multiplication problems using the distributive property and the halving and doubling strategy.